Welcome back to Science, first graders. I'm so excited to talk to you about animals again today. So exciting, so cool. One of my favorite things. This is going to be a fun time. We're going to learn about different animal adaptations. And an animal adaptation is something that makes an animal different. We talked about it yesterday. Something that makes an animal different that helps them survive. So they change a part of their body, or they have changed a part of their body over time so that they can survive. So there's a part of them that helps them survive. And we're going to talk about those different kinds of ways an animal can be different and what parts of their body are making them different and how it works. So let's talk about the three different types of animal adaptations. I've got types of animal adaptations here. Let's take a look at the first one. The first one, and this is going to be a big word for you. The first one is locomotion. Say that with me. Locomotion. I want you to say it again with me, please. Locomotion. Locomotion means movement. It's how an animal moves. And don't worry, I have all of these definitions saved on the next page, and I can even read them to you. I did that too for you. So remember, locomotion. That means how an animal moves. An animal adaptation for locomotion is something like a cheetah. A cheetah runs really, 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 really fast. Over time, that animal gained that ability so that it can be a better hunter and get more food because the food it eats also runs really fast. So it had to learn how to run fast to do it. So over time, it had an adaptation and it got fast. And so the cheetah runs really fast. So that animal adaptation helps the animal move really fast. So that's locomotion. Let's talk about the second animal adaptation. The second animal adaptation is protection. I chose a picture here of a human wearing safety goggles and a mask to protect the parts of his face that are really sensitive. We've learned this through everything that's been going on this year, that our eyes, our nose, and our mouth are places where like viruses or little germs can get in. And so sometimes we need to do things to protect it because we don't have adaptations to protect those parts of our bodies. We have to wear something or do something to make that adaptation. But there are some animals out there that have changed part of their bodies, or their part of that body is different so that it can help protect that animal. It might protect it from the weather. It might protect it from other animals. It might protect it from itself. It might protect itself from all kinds of different things. There's so many different cool examples. One example I think of is like a porcupine, and a porcupine has all those sharp quills on the back. And the reason why it has that is to protect itself, so that if an animal wants to come up and eat it, well, all the porcupine's got to do is just take care of it. And it sticks out its quills. The quills get stuck in the animal and they're really sharp. They don't hurt the other animal, or like it's bad enough that that other animal is going to be really, really hurt, but enough so that that other animal doesn't want to mess with that porcupine anymore, and it goes away and it leaves the porcupine alone. And that animal actually learns to not actually eat porcupines anymore because it doesn't want to get attacked with those sharp things. Or you could think of some whales like to swim in warm water in the ocean, but will also go and swim in cold water in the ocean because they have a thing called blubber, which is a very special fat that keeps their body nice and warm. So there's all kinds of different ways that the animal can protect themselves. We do things like add clothes or masks or eye goggles. We add things to our bodies to protect ourselves. But just like our skin is meant to protect our inside, hair on our body protects us sometimes. There's different things that are meant to protect us that our bodies have as well. Let's look at the last type of animal adaptation. The last type of animal adaptation is one you've probably know. You might even own some clothing like this. It's called camouflage. Now, camouflage does not look like that in the wild, and we know that. But that was a cool picture I found for us. And camouflage helps an animal blend in and stay safe. So it hides itself. So a chameleon, like we have here, will be able to change the color of its skin so it blends in with the leaves or the plants that it's hiding in so that the animals that want to eat it can't find it. There are other animals that are really good at changing the way they look. There's an octopus that can change itself to look like anything down on the bottom of the ocean, and it hides that way. And that's how it waits, and then it gets its food that way. So animals can hide themselves to protect themselves or even to get themselves food by changing the color of their skin. It's a really cool thing. So that's called camouflage. Now let me show you where I have all of these saved for you so that you can come back and check out these definitions if you get lost or confused while working on today's assignment. So on page 2, I have right here for you all 3 of these. So protection right here at the top, an animal adaptation that keeps an animal safe and helps them survive. So cool. Locomotion, an animal adaptation that helps them move. There's so many cool adaptations out there for locomotion, and I'll show you a list of animals that you're going to sort and figure out where they go, and figure out what their special body part. Is it a locomotion adaptation, protection? What does this special body part, what kind of adaptation is? Because this special body part helps that animal survive. And our last adaptation, we can't forget it, is camouflage, an animal adaptation that hides an animal from other animals so it can stay safe. Like I said, sometimes they even use it to catch other animals and hide. If you forget these definitions, don't freak out, first graders. It's okay because these are all really big words. I know that. I'm not expecting you to know them right away because they're big. That's okay. If you need me to read these to you again, just follow the green arrow down to these little, whoop, I got something in the way. I'm sorry. These little green guys, these little markers down here, and that will read the story to you or read the words to you again. I'm sorry, first graders. And that'll give you all those definitions again so you have them. All right. Your assignment today is to take these different parts, animal parts, and move them to where they belong. Is it a protection, a camouflage, or a locomotion? So if a snake, a tree snake right here, I don't like them. Ugh, they're gross. But if a tree snake that lives at the top of the tree in the jungle where the leaves are all green, a tree snake's green color, is that a protection? Is it trying to protect itself? Is it camouflage? Is it trying to hide and be so you can't see it in the things that it's around, or is it locomotion? Well, I think, okay, green leaves, green skin, definitely camouflage. All right. Next one over here that I'm going to give you as an example, a dolphin's strong tail fin. Well, I know that dolphins swim. Swimming is a type of movement, and I remember that locomotion means movement. So I'm going to say that a dolphin's strong tail fin is a locomotion, it's adaptation. It helps it move faster so it can get its food. So it helps it survive so it can help it get food. And then let's look at one last one. Just like I said, I gave the example, a porcupine's sharp spines helps protect that animal from other animals. That's an example of protection. So this is what I want you to do, first grader. You're going to look at all these different animal parts. We've got a snail's hard shell. We've got a polar bear's thick, warm coat, rabbit's thick fur, whale's blubber, a chameleon's ability to camouflage, a fish's smooth scales, the bird's wings, and a duck's webbed feet. I want you to look at all of those and think, what does this help this animal do? What is this special body part? How does it help this animal survive? Is it protecting it? Is it camouflaging it and helping it hide? Or does it help it move, and is it helping it go through locomotion? I want you to think about those things today as you go through science. Move the animals where they belong. I look so forward to seeing your answers. Thank you so much for a hard week of science, working very hard. I am so excited to see all of us in person. You have a wonderful day, first graders. Remember, you are all scientists. You are all amazing. Thank you so much.